Hey guys, how's it going? We've got a little bit of yard work to do today. It is so nice out here this morning. Oh my gosh, there's some really loud carpenter bees next to me. Anyways, I have some yard work that I would like to do. I've got one section of the garden that I would like to clean up a little bit. I'm going to take out a rose today. There's one that I'm just not loving anymore. I really liked it when I planted it, and this year it just didn't perform the same as the first year that I planted it, which was really weird. It's also constantly covered in aphids, and I think it's just maybe not the right plant for that spot. So I'm going to take it out. I asked a couple people if they wanted it. Everyone said no. So it's just going to get out of here. And then I've got to cut back a couple things. And then we're going to hit the road and we're going to head down to Chico. Chico's about a 30-minute drive from me. And we are going to go see if a piece of furniture that I didn't buy is still available. So if you hung out with me over on my new channel, which is where all of my Q&As go, behind the scene things, and then random things that aren't super garden related, I had just released a video over there, I think last week, and it was of us going shopping at Home Goods. And I saw a set of 2 chairs and a little side table, and it was $250, and I really liked it, and I didn't buy it, and I've been thinking about it since. So that tells me that I should probably go back and see if it's still there. If it's there, I'm going to get it. If it's not there, oh well, that's life. We'll see what else we can find. So let me show you guys what I want to get cleaned up today. It's just kind of a small little bed. So coming back this way, what a crazy view that is. Oh my goodness. I want to take out this rose right here. I believe this is like a knockout white rose or something like that. It's just been covered in aphids, and then the blooms have been a bit underwhelming this year. So I'm going to take it out. It's not doing anything for me, and I feel like I could find something better for that spot. So we're going to try that. And then the Vitex, I'm going to come through. I'm going to cut off all of the seed heads that are here. And if I do that, that will probably give me another show. Usually this thing blooms nonstop. We get like a little bit of constant blooming from this thing. I can see that there's some more blooms starting to form, it looks like, on this, and some more opening up. But I'm going to come through, give it a quick shear with that little, I got some big loppers, and I'm going to come in and do that. I need to clean up down there at the base so we can still see the base of it a little bit better. And then I need to deal with this mess here. So I've got some phlox right here. These guys haven't been cut back this year, so I need to cut those in half. And then I also need to cut back the foxglove blooms that I've spent. And then once I get all of this done, we will head down to Chico. And then after that, maybe we'll come home and place the furniture inside there. And then I might build the chandelier today. We'll see. I can't even hang the chandelier up, so I don't really know, but I can build the chandelier. I can't hang it up because we haven't ran the electrical, or we haven't ran water, or really anything in there yet. That's going to be Brent's project. He's going to do all of that because I don't exactly know. That's not my area of expertise. That's going to be his area of expertise. Anyways, let's get to work on cleaning it up. One thing before we do all of that really quickly, I had talked about how I possibly am going to need to take out a branch on the willow tree right here. So I've got this really, it's not very good view. I've got this really large branch right here. And I was hanging out underneath it. Zoom in. I was hanging out and I noticed all of that right there. That, I believe, is wood borer damage. And if those are wood borers in there, then that means they're in there and they are eating the inside of this tree. I didn't just notice them on this branch right here. I noticed them on a couple other little branches, but I noticed them in 3 spots on that branch. So we will see. I think I'm going to take that branch out. I'm not doing it today. I'm not emotionally prepared for that because that is going to be a very large limb that comes out. And that makes my heart hurt really, really bad. But it is going to come out at some point because it's one that hangs over our greenhouse a little bit. It's this one that's hanging down right here. And so that means that if it is a weak one and it does end up snapping, it will, I don't think it'll fall on the greenhouse now. It wouldn't, but give it a year or two. And if it did fall when it became weak, it would fall on the greenhouse, which is not what we want at all. So just forewarning you guys, I'm going to be taking out a really big branch on a willow tree, and that's not ideal at all. That is a million times better. You don't always have to do this. You actually really don't have to do this. I just want to see if I can encourage some more blooms to come this year. Like I said, this thing usually blooms until October for us. So kind of weird that we got so many blooms and then now very few to almost no blooms at all. And then we got it all cleaned up so you can actually see the trunk. Some of you guys had sent me photos of your Vitex after a couple years of keeping it limbed up and how you were able to really not have to do any maintenance on the lower trunk of the tree. So I'm hoping that in the next 2 years, I no longer have to maintain the lower half really. I love it. I love how it's like kind of contorted. You can see there's one right there that I did have to, it was coming straight out towards the walkway, and so I cut it, and then now I'm leaving 2 little branches to grow up right there. So hopefully those fill out that little negative space there. Next, I'm going to take out this rose. I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to go ahead and just then pull it out. And the other reason that I wanted to pull it out too is because it sends out these really, it's supposed to be a compact rose. It's supposed to only be, I think, like 2 feet tall or something like that. And it would send out shoots that would be all the way up to here. And so it would be like almost 3.5, 4 feet tall with random little canes. And I didn't like that at all. So that's another reason that one's got to go. And then I'll be able to clean up this bed and we can go ahead and move on over to the phlox. the bed is about in full sun, so it's about time for me to finish working in the garden right now. But it looks so much better. I do have an umbrella up, so that section is in the shade. But the rose is gone. That's better. I've got a couple plants that I could put in there that'll fill that out and look better and do more of what I want it to do. I love being able to see the Vitex limbed up. Like I said, I did come through and I did chop off a good amount of those blooms, or the seed heads, but I could probably use with more, but I think it'll be fine for now. Over here, we got the phlox cut. I cut it back and I only usually leave about a third of it. Half to a third is usually best, but that should give me another flush of blooms at some point. I need to come in and I need to stake this chokeberry up a little bit. This poor chokeberry has been moved like 4 or 5 times in my garden, and I did find its forever home. This is where it is going to stay. And then I've got my foxglove back here that should still be blooming, but they're not because of spider mites. With this bed all cleaned up now, we're gonna head into town and see, fingers crossed, if those chairs are still there. I really am hoping that they're there. If you haven't, make sure you check out the new channel, because that's where all the behind the scenes things happen, and that's where we go do random shopping trips that are not really garden related at all. So we're gonna head into town and see if we can get those. I'm really hoping that they're still there. If they're not, it just wasn't meant to be. And I really should have just bought them because they were such a good price. They were $250 for 2 chairs and a little side table. I should have just bought it, but I didn't. Anyways, do you like my new shirt? A bit dramatic. Anyways, let's head into town now. Fingers crossed for me, please. Okay, here we are. I hope that the set's still here though. Okay, it is gone. Oh, I'm so bummed. They have this one for $500, but I don't want to spend $500, so that's a bummer. Oh man. Well, while we're here, we might as well see if they put out any new Halloween decorations. I can already tell that thing's new. That's cool. That's $60 and it's massive. Like, it's huge. Pretty cool. I'm still bummed that they didn't have my thing. Oh look, they still have 2 more of these pumpkins, if anyone's looking for these. Okay, this is new out here. This is really cool. Hocus Pocus 24, it's a cauldron. Oh, I like that. Brent would really like that a lot. And then I did see these guys too. I thought these were really pretty. They got the pumpkin stem and then the metal carved pumpkin out of them. They're 24 also. Well, somebody definitely bought the pieces that I wanted. Such a bummer. I should not have waited. I mean, that's part of the game here. You find it, you better buy it and then return it if you don't want it. So that is my bad, but I did just find these. And I kind of like them. This one's for $50. And then the smaller one is also 50. So I don't know. They're kind of cool. They're solid metal. They kind of look like teepees though. And I do like this set, but I don't want to spend $500. And I don't love the color. I like the other color because the other ones were a little bit more brown. These ones are a little bit more gray. They also have this set and it's $360. I don't know. I like the table. I love the idea of a table and chairs. People to like eat in there. I don't know if I love the chairs style. I love the table. right, here it is in the greenhouse. It fits, and I like it. I think it just might be a little too like modern for me, a little too like coastal modern. I love the table. I absolutely love the idea of a full wicker table. It's fake wicker, it's not real, it's like the plastic stuff. But I don't know. I'm gonna live with it for like 2 days, I think, and then decide how I'm feeling. I don't know. I even just preferred our original set, this one right here, better than this one. And it might just be the whole chair thing throwing me off, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find 4 new chairs. Also, I feel like I paid almost $400 for it. It was $360 plus tax. Now do I really want to sell the chairs and then buy new chairs? I don't know. All right, we're gonna live with it for 2 days, I think, and then decide if I want to take it back or not. I'm already leaning towards probably taking it back. I think the legs are just too skinny. It's just a little too modern for the vision that I had for the greenhouse, which is funny because like the table it's not modern, it's chunky, it's very thick. So it's just kind of weird. I think it's the wrong chairs for that table. Anyways, we'll come back out this evening and try to put together the chandelier just so you guys can actually see what it looks like. I'm still bummed that they didn't have the other chairs that I wanted. That sucks. All right, it is the very end of the day. I'm still not sure I love these. I think I'm gonna return it and I'm gonna find something better. I also don't know if I want 4 chairs in here. I think 3 chairs max in here, and I want the table more pushed up against the wall. I think that's going to be the better option for this. But until that happens, I want to build the chandelier today. That way you guys can see what it looks like. And sorry about the audio change. I threw on a microphone because it's really, really echoey in here. So I'm hoping that by having the mic on, that it's not as echoey. So sorry if the audio just changed on you. Well, here she is, long awaited, the chandelier for the greenhouse. So I had one little hiccup where I had one glass gem that was broken. These are not crystal, these are just cut glass. And it worked out perfectly because I actually have another chandelier. So this is actually the dupe to the one that I have. I have one from Pottery Barn, and it is exactly this, but it's definitely a better build quality. But it looks very, very similar to this one. This one is crazy how close this one is to the Pottery Barn one. The Pottery Barn one was, I think, $500, and this one was like $150. It's under $200 for this one. This one is so pretty, and I'm so excited to get this one in the greenhouse. I actually love how this one sparkles. So this one had one glass bead that was broken right here, and you really, I mean, can you tell where it's at? Not really. It is, it's this one right here. And so, I mean, yes, it's cut differently. And the one that I have, I believe it is real crystal, where this one is just cut glass. This one sparkles and refracts the light so nicely. It's gonna be such a gorgeous chandelier in the greenhouse. I cannot wait to get this hanging up inside there. And then in the evenings, the sun comes through right here, and so it shines through the very top, and so it should just sparkle, which I'm really excited about. And then I hung it up in the light, I held it up, and there was rainbows all over the greenhouse, which I thought was really, really beautiful. So I could not be happier with this chandelier. I think it's going to be the perfect addition for the greenhouse. I think the table has to be returned. It's not the same vibe that I'm going for with this. The table is a little too modern, a little too boho. I'm going for a little more elegance, I guess. Timeless, I guess. I don't know. I just don't think the table fits that style of the greenhouse, where this is perfect for it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I cannot wait to get this hung up. Brent said he's going to start working on the electrical. I believe he's going to start working on it tomorrow. So you guys will probably see that in next week's videos. I don't think that we'll have time to get it into this week's videos, but she's going to be pretty when she's in the greenhouse. I even considered ordering 3 of these and having one in the center and then one on the side. So having 3 of them in the greenhouse. But I was like, Robbie, that's excessive. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for visiting our garden. Thanks for coming shopping with me. I'm probably going to end up returning that table. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thanks for visiting. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.